and in the Navy's Fowler Sea Winds.
Sound. Oh. Wow.
Mixer grinder.
Oh, the
M14
sound might scare
Rifle.
you. Hey guys,
guys,
love
guys.
guys. Today we are going to watch top 10 oldest American weapons still in use. Oh, this will be very interesting to watch because normally what we see is like the weapon generations keeps on changing.
Because they are, keep on advancing.
And the old weapons are not in use because they are not advanced enough. But I think some of the American weapons might be the best in class due to which they are still very good.
Also, it will be very interesting because they have, they might have some speciality. That's why they are still in use.
Yeah, so I would also see to it what are those weapons. So let's watch this video.
10. UH-1 Huey.
Oh, it's a helicopter.
The UH-1 Huey is a utility military helicopter powered by a single turboshaft engine with two-blade main and tail rotors.
Wow.
The first
The
member
sound.
of the prolific Huey family, it was developed by Bell Helicopter to meet a United States Army's 1952 requirement for a medical evacuation and utility helicopter and first flew in 1956.
1950s.
The UH-1 was the first turbine-powered helicopter to enter production in 1960 for the United States military, and more than 16,000 have been built since.
Wow.
The UH-1 was originally designated HU-1, hence the Huey nickname, which has remained in common use despite the official redesignation to UH-1 in 1962. The UH-1 first saw service in combat operations during the Vietnam War with around 7,000 helicopters deployed.
It is still very useful.
9.
Machine gun.
M61 Vulcan.
Wow.
The M61 Vulcan is a hydraulically, electrically, or pneumatically driven 6-barrel, air-cooled, electrically fired Gatling-style rotary cannon which fires 20mm rounds at an extremely high rate, typically 6,000 rounds per minute. The M61 is the United States' primary armament for fixed-wing aviation. After entering service in 1959, the gun saw extensive use in Vietnam by all branches fighting in the skies. The gun was credited with shooting down 39 MiGs during the war. Since entering service in 1959, the M61 is still found on America's fighters and in the Navy's Fowler Sea Winds.
Sound. Wow.
8.
The sound might scare you.
The M14 Rifle, officially the United States Rifle, is an American select fire battle rifle that fires 7.62 by 51mm NATO ammunition. It became the standard issue rifle for the U.S. military in 1959, replacing the M1 Garand rifle in the U.S. Army by 1958, and the U.S. Marine Corps by 1965, until being replaced by the M16 rifle beginning in 1968.
Nice.
The M14 rifle remains in limited service in all branches of the U.S. military, with variants used as sniper and designated marksman rifles, accurizing competition weapons, and ceremonial weapons by honor guards, color guards, drill teams, and ceremonial guards. 7. KC-135 Stratotanker.
It
The
looks
Boeing
very modern.
KC-135 Stratotanker is a military aerial refueling aircraft that was developed from the Boeing 367-80 prototype alongside the Boeing 707 airliner. It is the predominant variant of the C-135 Stratolifter family of transport aircraft.
Transport aircraft.
The KC-135 entered service with the United States Air Force in 1957. It's one of the 6 military fixed-wing aircraft with over 60 years of continuous service with its original operator. The KC-135 is supplemented by the larger KC-10. Studies have concluded that many of the aircraft could be flown until 2030, although maintenance costs have greatly increased. The KC-135 is to be partially replaced by the Boeing KC-46 Pegasus.
Still 10 years left. 10 years.
6. M60 Machine Gun. Adopted in 1957 as the U.S. military's general-purpose machine gun, the M60 actually borrowed liberally from the German MG-42 machine gun speed system, while it also used the operating system of the FG-42. The result was a gas-operated, air-cooled, belt-fed 7.62mm machine gun that was
Wow.
technically a crew-served weapon,
Looks little
meaning
heavy.
a team of
Ah.
3 would transport, load, and fire it, but it could still be handled by a single soldier. Meant to replace both the M1918 Browning automatic rifle and the M1919 A6 Browning machine gun, the M60 was introduced in 1957 and was perhaps the best Cold War era general purpose machine gun. 5. B52 Strat Fortress.
Oh, this is so
The
big.
Boeing B-52 Strat Fortress is an American long-range, subsonic, jet-powered strategic bomber.
Bomber.
The B-52 was designed and built by Boeing, which has continued to provide support and upgrades. It has been in service with the United States Air Force since the 1950s. The bomber is capable of carrying up to 70,000 pounds of weapons and has a typical combat
Oi.
range of more than 8,800 miles
It looks
without
like a
aerial
pipe.
refueling.
Ah.
For more than 66 years, B-52s have been the backbone of the strategic bomber force for the United States. The B-52 is capable of dropping or launching the widest array of weapons in the U.S. inventory.
Oh.
Updated
Death.
with modern technology, the B-52 is capable of delivering the full complement of joint-developed weapons and will continue into the 21st century as an important element of our nation's defenses. The Air Force currently expects to operate B-52s through 2050 and be replaced by B-21 Raiders.
Oh, wow.
4. The M2 machine gun. The M2
The machine
machine gun,
guns
or
are
Browning
still there.
50 caliber machine gun, is a heavy machine gun designed toward the end of World War I by John Browning.
The World
The
War
M2
One?
uses the much larger and much more power 50 BMG cartridge, which was developed alongside and takes its name from the gun itself. It
But
has
I
been
guess it
referred
takes
to as
time to
Ma
load,
Deuce in
maybe.
reference to its M2 nomenclature. The Browning 50 caliber machine gun has been used extensively as a vehicle weapon and for aircraft armament by the United States from the 1930s to the present. It was heavily used during World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, the Falklands War, the Soviet-Afghan War, the Gulf
Each
War,
and every
the Iraq
war.
and the war in Afghanistan in the 2000s and 2010s.
Oh, no.
It's the primary heavy machine gun of NATO countries and has been used by many other countries as well.
It's a machine gun.
Fire it.
Okay.
Yes.
3. The Browning M1919 machine gun. A testament to the designs of John Browning are that in addition to the M1911 is the fact that he also developed the innovative water-cooled M1917 30 caliber heavy machine gun, which truly improved upon the Maxim and Vickers designs that were used during the First World War. But he didn't stop there. He then improved his own design with the M1919 Browning, an air-cooled medium machine gun.
Wow.
The belt-fed, recoil-operated weapon had a reasonable rate of fire ranging from 400 to 600 rounds per minute and an effective range of 1,400
Oh.
meters. While the development of general-purpose machine guns in the Cold War
like its
relegated the
design.
M1919 to a secondary role even 100
cut off.
years later, this 30 caliber weapon is still very much in use today. 2. M1911 pistol.
M1911 pistol.
The M1911, also known as the Colt 1911 or
You
the
can
Colt
remember so
Government,
many names
is a
and
single-action
numbers.
semi-automatic magazine-fed recoil-operated pistol chambered for the 45 ACP cartridge. Designed by John Browning, the M1911 is the best known of his designs to use the short recoil principle in its basic design,
Oh.
and it endured in service for over 100 years.
100
The
years.
pistol became an icon for its strength in battle and by those who used it. The pistol was
so
widely
old.
copied, and this operating system rose to become the preeminent type of the 20th century in nearly all modern centerfire pistols. Modernized derivative variants of the M1911 are still in use by some units of the U.S. Army Special Forces, U.S. Marine Corps, and the U.S. Navy.
The recoil is very low actually.
1. M1903 Springfield. The M1903
You know, we have seen
Springfield
this in
is an
movies.
American 5-round
Huge,
magazine-fed
huh?
bolt-action surface-repeating rifle used primarily during the first half of the 20th century.
I imagine the
The
scene on the
M1903
ground.
was one of the first rifles to use the famous 30-06 round and was the standard American infantry rifle during World War I. Due to its balance, the M1903 is still popular with various military and drill teams and color guards,
Wow.
most notably the U.S. Army drill team.
some of these weapons are even 100 years old. You cannot
that was
imagine.
shocked.
Because like you expect the American weapons to be up to dated and like just 10 years old. But these are some 100-year-old weapons. But yes, those weapons are still very good, short recoil and very useful.
Also, they have high reach, and also, but for me, I think it is bit time consuming, because maybe you have to load, because we have seen in the movies it took time to load. I guess.
No, you are talking about the Civil War weapons.
Civil,
those were very predated. But these are about 100 years old. They still have a good recall time. And like even the machine guns, those I think so were more in the list. Machine guns, Gatling gun.
What is the difference between pistol? Pistol, though I know that. Machine guns means what?
Machine guns can fire many bullets in a small time.
Oh, that we see and bullets are coming.
Yes. And now with normal gun you have to fire so the speed is slow.
From now I'll observe every gun in John Wick 3. You have seen John Wick 2 also.
Yes.
John Wick 3.
Yes. So actually these are some great weapons. So do you have any one of these? Do let us know in the comment section below. So do like, share and
Subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.